Live your life to a point where each day you can lie down in your bed. You can sit there, you can feel fulfilled, you can be happy that the shit you did today is genuinely fulfilling. You did something, it made you happy, you didn't just waste your time sitting here, you didn't just waste your time scrolling, doing rubbish. You actually did something with your life because you want to live every day like it's the last. I don't mean you're gonna die tomorrow, but you want to live your day. It's like a saying. You want to live your day. That there's shit that you do that you're fulfilled. It's not like, oh, I'm not gonna do this today. I'll do it tomorrow. It's like you do everything you can, everything that you're fulfilled, which means in the long term, long run, you're just gonna do more of it. Because if I told you right now, let's say I told you you're gonna die tomorrow, would you sit there and scroll on Instagram Reels for 3 hours? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, look, if you're that fucked up, you'd probably, still watch porn and masturbate for 3 hours. If I told you, you're gonna die tomorrow, you probably wouldn't even watch porn. You probably wouldn't even watch Instagram Reels. You'd probably go outside, go do something fun with some people. Because you're dying tomorrow. Like, hello, wake up. That's not entirely the message I'm trying to perceive by saying this. It's more the fact that when I implemented this, when I started to actually try to live every day like it's the last, I just got more shit done. I was way more fulfilled with my life. Like, I was way more happier than before, than when I was, like, just addicted to a lot of rubbish and doing stupid things. Because does consuming porn and adult content make you fulfilled? Do you, I mean, I know from my experience, when I did that stuff, I didn't look back on the day with happiness, pride. I didn't look back like, oh, today was a cool day. I looked at it, I was like, fuck. Like, I wasted a lot of time today by literally, like, spraying my seed and doing shit. Like, and then, you have days, or I had days where I got back from Europe. I had a Europe trip, okay? And I was there. Some days I woke up and I was just so demotivated. I literally woke up, I ate fucking cereal like a little robot. I ate cereal, I didn't do shit, and then I went to the gym, I did this, I did that, but I didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't have that fulfillment because I wasn't fulfilling my purpose. I wasn't chasing my dreams. I wasn't chasing my goals. I was just existing, doing stuff. Yes, I was enjoying my time, but it wasn't as enjoyable as it could have been. And I think, like, yeah, I was really happy I was enjoying my time, but that's because I was in Europe. Okay. If I was here fucking eating cereal in the morning, doing nothing, I'd feel like shit. I'd feel like absolute shit because I got A, nothing done. B, there was no like happiness through what I did. Yeah, I was happy, but like I said, that's because I was on holiday. Okay, so it's an example of, like, let's say I did that shit here, I wouldn't be happy. I'd be fucking depressed. I'd be like, boy, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like, and that's the thing with all these instant gratification things. And I realized this when I was in Europe on my like holiday trip. When I did instant gratification things, I didn't feel as good. Like, when I had ice cream, yeah, it was nice. When I ate junk food, it was like nice for the bit. But the one thing that hurt the most, when I scrolled on YouTube Shorts, I didn't even enjoy it. I was getting this instant gratification of dopamine in my system, and I didn't even enjoy it. It was that bad. I was like, fuck, bro. That's when I realized, I was like, shit, I'm so glad I'm going back home. I can do my routine. I can just hop back on the grind, and do things. And ever since I landed here, I haven't done anything like anything basically instant gratification. when I've got here. And I feel fucking great, G. Like, I feel great. So, the whole story I'm trying to do here is don't waste your life doing shit stuff, okay? Like, yeah, I wasted a lot of time in my early years. Yeah, you could say that it got me to a point where, I quit it all. I learned from all of it, but you can avoid it as well. Like, I played a ton of video games. So when I got home from school or when there were holidays, and I was genuinely just excited for the weekend. I was like, weekend time, I'm going to wake up. I woke up at like 7 and I was like, I got out of bed so excited it was the weekend because I knew I could play video games. Hop on my PC, or back then I had my Nintendo Switch as well. And I was just like, gaming, playing Fortnite, Minecraft, all this stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, it was fun. But after some like months and year, it got to a point where I was literally just playing Valorant and I was so bored. I was like, I remember I was playing Valorant and I was also watching YouTube at the same time. So my dopamine levels were that messed up that I was playing a video game while also watching YouTube. And that's literally just through so much time of wasting my time doing this, wasting my time doing that. And, at the meantime, when that happened as well, I got addicted to pornography. And I strongly believe that was literally like a downfall, and it is a downfall for every person in the world that is addicted to pornography. And I believe it's the worst addiction out there because A, it's free, B, you can get it in 3 seconds probably. It's everywhere, and people literally say it's not even bad for you. Everyone does it. So when you're growing up, you think it's normal. People don't clown upon it. People don't say, like, they don't sit down with you and be like, hey, son, you shouldn't do this because it's not good. People say, oh, porn's not good for you. Why is it not good for you? You can't just say it's not good for you because, A, like, you have to say why it's not good for you. A, because, it fucks up your brain cells. When you actually get into a relationship, it fucks up with that. There's so many bad things happening from it. Your dopamine cells, your whole brain gets rewired. Fuck, you get fried. You're literally spraying your seed, wasting your, like, purpose, wasting your drive into something to put that lust, that energy into some work. You're literally putting that into junk, into rubbish, looking at some girl who doesn't even know you, okay? So it's basically, it fucks up your brain, and no one tells you this. They literally just say it's bad for you. But everyone's doing it. So for me, this was a time where, I was addicted to it. And I wasted a lot of time on this, playing video games, and I was never really fulfilled, and I just felt like shit. I genuinely felt like shit. But brother, there is hope, okay? Because I made a whole course on NoFap. I made a whole course on how to quit porn. There's a top link in the description. You can check it out if you want to. But like I said, I just had no discipline, Porn doesn't give you discipline. Video games doesn't give you discipline. I was just undisciplined, playing video games, doing all this shit. And looking back, I didn't actually enjoy those days. I went to bed feeling... I didn't know it at the time, but I just went to bed because I went to bed. It's not like now these days where, I lie in bed and I'm like, today was cool. I learned something. I did something. I helped someone out. I'm happy with today, It wasn't like these days. So that's what I mean by living your day to the fullest. Because, theoretically, you can't control what's going to happen tomorrow. You can't control the weather. You can't control if a car's going to run into you. You can't control if you're just going to die randomly. But you can control yourself. Because if you can't control yourself, you're literally gonna go through life and through the whole world with just no control whatsoever. Think about it. Think about living life with zero control. I don't think it's something that you'd really want to do. So start by making a change to your day. Start by, you know, quitting porn. You can't just quit porn. There's a step. It's an addiction. You just can't quit an addiction. That's why I made my whole course on how to quit porn. And there's a community we can talk to about it. There can be even one-on-one coaching if you want. All this stuff. And it's basically just to do with less FAP. Is you start. Basically, I'll just give you an analogy. Someone comes to the gym, they want to bench 100 for the first time. They fail, they quit, they go home, they cry, they never come back to the gym. The person who succeeds will come back to the gym again, but he'll start with 40 kilos, and then he'll go to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, until he hits 100. Now, turn that around and go from 100 down to 40, or maybe down to 0, but use it as an addiction. So basically, instead of just quitting porn because it's really unrealistic, you're going to deload the shit you're doing. So deload the videos, deload the photos, deload everything. Instead of watching it 2 times a day, you're going to start watching it 1 time a day, and then you're going to start watching it 5 times a week, 4 times a week, 3 times a week, until you're basically done watching it. And that's the most realistic way of how to get rid of this addiction. And, you know, when you actually start doing good shit in your life, when you start working out, quitting porn, eating healthy, doing delayed gratification things, I won't lie to you, it'll take a month, maybe even a year, to see progress, like big progress. And that's because you're not going to see instant progress. Since you're doing delayed gratification activities, you're going to see the delayed progress. So it's not going to happen instantly. Good things don't happen instantly. We already know that. It'll happen after some time. But you will be able to look back. You'll be able to look on your day and on your whole life with more joy and happiness. Like, for instance, for me, I look back on my life and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of shit I've done that I'm not proud of. There's a lot of shit that I've done that was a complete waste of time, okay? But for the last 6 months, I am genuinely happy. I am genuinely fulfilled with what I've been doing. And since I'm that happy, I can go and do stuff that make me even more happy, and I've never had mental problems for these last months. I wouldn't lie to you and say that. Genuinely, I haven't had mental problems because I've just been living my life like, I literally just say it as a point. Like, I live every day like it's the last. I kind of over exaggerate it, but if you know what I know, then you know what I mean. But, like, of course, your days aren't going to be perfect. Okay, I have days myself that aren't perfect as well. Sometimes you get sick, sometimes you fall off a little bit. So it's not like we're talking about a streak, or it's not like we're talking about you have to have a perfect fucking day, because it's so unrealistic to have 365 days of the year to be perfect, and you to be happy with every single one of them. It's very unrealistic. So of course you're going to have days where shit doesn't work out. You're going to have days where, you're not happy. Fucking someone maybe died, okay? You're going to have those days. I have those days as well. But it's more of you learn from the day, okay? I myself had a day where, I felt like shit. Maybe I've even relapsed. And then I was like, this is a waste of time. And then the next day comes and you're like, yes, that was a shit day. I'm not going to have that day today. And you learn from the mistake. You learn from the mistake and you keep going and you don't look back, because the more you look back, the more you hold on to the past, the less you're going to succeed. And I've learned that when I look back on the past, sometimes with regret, I'm like, fuck, why did I do that? Fuck, why did I do that? You know, why did I do this? Why did I do that? I wish I didn't do this. I wish I didn't do that. You're filled with so much regret that you can't actually enjoy the moment you're in. You can't enjoy the present. So forget about the past, but learn from the past, but let go, and you're in the present. So enjoy it, because you only get to live life once. Enjoy your life to the fullest. See ya. Peace out, G.